the whole basis of Jotine Olympic, our new Hippocratic order, is ability first medicine. You know, the other Hippocratic movements, of which there were 103 shepherd tribes of different Hippocrates, which are basically summarized today in medical doctor and osteopath. And those two medical sects have done well, but they are disorder-based medicine. They are disability-based medicine. Jotine Olympic is ability-first medicine. Jotine is named after a book that I wrote. Metabolic Topology is a book that I wrote based on some logical fallacies in Hans Adolf Krebs' Krebs cycle, which I encourage you all to read, because I think it's incredibly important to look at where the causal bridges at a biochemical level are reversible. Because the reversibility of some of the causal bridges in mitochondria, or Jotine, as I say, Jotine is the discontinuous organ of mitochondria, which is so critical in medicine, so critical in ability-first medicine, because it's a separate operating system with a separate DNA that is so central to cellular systems in our body, and so central to our abilities. And we spend so little time looking at ability-enhancing abilities at the Jotine level, where Jotine is actually able to make favorable mutations, if you will, favorable morphology to improve your ability, like the nucleic acid in Jotine is able to change favorably and changes faster than your combinatorial DNA. That's some of the good news for folks that want to have a better life, is that that mitochondrion side of you, the Jotine Olympic side of you, the ability first side of you, has an ability to morph towards your the life that you want to live. The Jotinaconter is a unification of quality and finance in light of our mitochondrial needs. If you look at the mitochondrial needs, the cellular needs, the process mitochondrial needs, the cycle mitochondrial needs, and the topology mitochondrial needs, which I elaborate on in Metabolic Topology and also in Perfecting the Brand of American Medicine, my books, you'll see that you can unify quality and finance in meaningful ways in an ability-first medicine. That ability-first medicine doesn't have a credential, doesn't have a specific medical school today, but will, and also used to, because there was ability-first medicine. There was a Jotine Olympic-style medicine going back to the ancient Greeks. The Greeks were farther along than what we describe. In Florence, they were farther along in ability-first medicine we describe. In Brandenburg, they were farther along in ability-first medicine we describe. In ancient Jagphetic places of horse shepherds, they're farther along in ability-first medicine than we describe. The American tradition before 1910 had other medical sects, which originated from those 103 separate tribes, which were all based on medical science. But we basically threw all those mostly primary care, mostly ability-first styles of medicine out the door in favor of basically tertiary style medicine. And that wasn't a bad thing, but the biggest change, the biggest difference between those old medical sects and medical doctors is the cadaver lab, which the cadaver lab is a curious Vesalian movement, of which there's a French scientist, pathologist named Vesalius, who made methodical drawings of dead bodies as a curiosity, and those drawings are the origin of studying cadavers, which it has not persisted in community practice, even doing autopsies. And so cadaver-style training is one of the curiosities of medical doctors and osteopaths from the other 101 traditions, which the other 101 traditions that saw digging up a dead body as abhorrent are not inferior, and quite to the contrary. The Jotine Olympic tradition of helping a quality athlete become a world-class athlete, that is a style of medicine that cuts across multiple different, you'd say, residencies and fellowships. There's orthopedists that want to do Jotine Olympic medicine. There's cardiologists that want to do Jotine Olympic medicine. we offer a chivalric order of Jotine Olympic medicine, and that happens to be one of a kind because we believe that adding a third, medical sector more is what America needs as we're looking at rises in body mass index, where we have middle-aged people that in body type. If you look back 40 years to today, middle-aged people look like their bodies look like they're trying to become an offensive lineman for a football team. And that curiosity is not the direction that our species needs to go. And no offense to offensive linemen. But, I mean, if you look at the body type, 40, 50 years ago, we didn't have middle-aged people that looked like they were trying out for an NFL team's offensive line. And that's a curious social movement that's happened specifically in America, and it happens to correlate so closely with NFL football that NFL football is kind of the cause. That theory is something in Jotine Olympic that's so important because other athletes struggle with their BMI, and the social movement that is football has clearly gotten in the way of the healthy body type for other types of runners, other types of athletes. And as you look, the running elite, of which the British and Americans dominated running, has moved out of football countries. And the best runners in the world tend to come from non-football countries. And that curiosity is something that's worth solving. Regardless, Jotinaconter is the accounting system that unifies quality and finance for this movement of ability-first medicine, sports medicine, healthy people medicine to help healthy people perform at a superior level. And that happens to be so important, to make sure that, whether it's youth sports medicine, college sports medicine, professional sports medicine, Olympic sports medicine, that we have a medical sect with a ability-first Hippocratic oath. Because the American physicians are the best the whole world over, and we can be a clearinghouse for fairness in sport. Because every tribe in the whole world has come to America and has become physicians here. And so we can become that clearinghouse for fairness in sport, fairness in the Olympics. And Jotinaconter can help us do that in the unification of quality and finance. Now, in your practice, we can unify the quality and finance in your balance sheet, in your financial statements, unifying ability-first medicine with making money. Because it's a qualitatively different thing than the other medical sects that are in the way, that are on the way. And so join us at profi.me and join our Jotinaconter system that is this ability-first medicine, which can be our third medical sector more in solving really the primary care base ability-first medicine for healthy people to become healthier rather than a disease-focused system that's trying to be everything to everybody. Join us at profi.me for Jotine Olympic, ability-first medicine.